Good morning and welcome to this Bringing Law to Life session, and thank you very much to everybody for attending. My name is Katie Jukes and I'm an associate lecturer here at the Open University. I'll just introduce everybody else who's here this morning. So I'm very pleased to welcome Dr. Phebe Mann, who is my guest in this chat. And we've also got Joanna Mirek-Tooth, who's a student experience manager and is helping to manage things go smoothly in the background. And again, delighted to say that our head of EDI and a student experience manager, colleague Wynette, is here as well. So thank you. And Joanna Mirek-Tooth is also a student experience manager. I think I forgot to say that. So just to remind everybody that this is one event in a series of conversations hosted by the law school about equality, diversity, inclusivity and accessibility in the legal profession. There are 5 events in total in this series, so please do sign up for more or watch the recordings which are available on the law school YouTube page. So before I start the chat with Phebe, I just wanted to say a very brief word about equality and diversity in the legal profession. So the legal profession has been recognised and does recognise itself the value of diversity and inclusion, but it is reported that it's slow to take steps to foster a more inclusive environment. For example, key findings of the Bar Council report in 2021 on race at the bar evidence that barristers from ethnic minority backgrounds face systemic obstacles to building and progressing a career at the bar. And more recently, the Bar Standards Board 2024 report on diversity shows that there are still significant disparities for underrepresented groups. And you can find other statistics if you're interested in terms of solicitors from the Solicitors Regulation Authority's research in this area. So this series of talks aims to increase awareness and understanding of not only the obstacles, but also the opportunities and support available for our students, that's you, our Open University students from underrepresented groups entering the legal profession. So I'm going to spend about 15 minutes chatting to Phebe in the first instance, and then there'll be an opportunity for you to ask questions in the Q&A box. So please do feel free to do that, and we'll come to those after our initial chat. And then there will be some career slides to help you to see the wealth of opportunities and information available in terms of your career. And then there'll be a link to some feedback as well, and we'd be grateful for your feedback on the session. So, Phebe, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you very much indeed for joining us. And I just wondered if you wanted to give us a bit of detail about your current role. I didn't give the full title of your current role, Phebe. Did you want to do that?
Okay, so in terms of, I am a visiting professor at Loughborough University, construction law, management and engineering. I am also a judicial post holder, and that is a upper tribunal specialist member, and that is in what we call a transport jurisdiction. As I am also a chartered civil engineer and a chartered surveyor. So that's my sort of support to the court. And I am also a associate lecturer here, so at Open University. So lots of interesting things that I do. That's what I am going to say. Maybe if you the career journey, is that, I think maybe helpful if I just share the OU slides. So then
yes, if you'd like to, that would be fine. Thank you.
Okay, so that's my Open University. You can actually just go into OU, and you can also find me as well. So as I say, I got different things that's also as Katie earlier talk about EDI, and so I'm one of the ethnic members, and also women engineer. So these are the few jurisdictions that I sit. And so I am also a mediator, and so I'm an accredited mediator to a fellow of the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators. So that's one thing that I'm quite passionate on as well. So these are some of the other things that I do in parallel as a associate lecturer as well. So I've done things. I have supported the Paul Reed's case on construction professional indemnity insurance. That's probably that's the set accidents in Grenfell that covers. That's the coverage of the Fire Safety Act and Building Safety Act, and the rest. Okay, I did a law degree and I got an LLM as well on adjudication in arbitration. I have also done LPC and BPTC, and I was called to the bar in Lincoln's Inn. And the last one is on the arbitration that I qualified as members of the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators, and I'm a fellow now. So I think that's all for me in terms of the career journey. So I got my upper tribunal appointment first, and then all the other appointment comes as a cross-ticketing. And I think the last one, if you notice, I didn't even write it here. Anyway, tax. Oh, I did. I write tax chamber as a member, tribunal member.
Well, Phoebe, that's very impressive indeed, and thank you very much indeed for sharing that with us. I wonder, in terms of career journey, whether I can ask in relation to advice to students, whether you have any advice to students about gaining experience where they don't have any contacts in the profession. What advice would you give to students?
They're always apprentice that in advertisement from a solicitor practice, and also mini pupillage in the barrister. And in terms of judiciary, because I am classified as a lay member, although specialist in that particular jurisdiction, there are also opportunity to go to the court and to sit to see how they work, and also when they have recruitments, they will put it on. They will advertise it publicly as well. I think you all know about Social Security. If you are in one of the profession, trade union or whatever, you can sit as one of the members. So for the judiciary, that's the side of it. So yeah.
And where students are making, as suggested by you, if they're applying for mini pupillage, or if they're wanting to do some work experience in a firm of solicitors or anything like that, what have you got any advice for students about how they need to tailor their applications, or what they can do in their applications? For example, if you were looking at some applications from students, what kinds of things would stand out to you?
Okay, I think first thing is that if you want to apply for any of those, look at say for example the chamber, look at what type of jurisdiction that they are advocate and also a solicitor practice as well. There may be some from local authority, legal department, they also have, but these are much less. But for some, I think most of the solicitor practice, bigger ones, they always have a recruitment asking a student to apply for summer intern. So that's some of the things that easy for people to get in. For mini pupillage, seems to be easier, but I am not really saying that it's really easier. But if you go to look at the chambers, what do they do? And when you tailor what you are going to apply, they also have a very short thing pro forma asking you to fill in what's your skills and what's your background, and well, studying Open University is one of the good ones. They just choose that those that they would like to take for mini pupillage.
Okay, thank you very much. That's very helpful. I might come back to a couple of those points at the end. We'll see how we're doing for time. But just moving on to the next question then. Phoebe, how accessible or diverse do you think the profession is?
Okay, so I think Katie has already mentioned the bar obstacles and the statistics. And in the judiciary, I'm sort of, those are there, but the judiciary is not very clear when they say that there are lots of magistrates who are female or ethnics. But I think in terms of the recruitment, they always write about EDI, equality, diversity, and inclusion. But maybe just don't give up. Meaning that when you apply, when you got an interview, present yourself well, and they really have to actually see whether you're suitable for that particular post. So again, it's that even for magistrate, they got many rounds of actually interviewing and doing tests and all this. So that's the kind of thing I think for the judiciary, they try to promote that they are applying the EDI rule. So don't give up. I think if you are capable, you will get something, but you may not get it the first time. That's the thing.
Yeah. So perhaps we're looking at entering a profession that is recognised not to be as diverse as it might be, but you're saying that if you keep trying and if you really do your best, that if you demonstrate your capability, that the profession is accessible. And Phoebe, how would you describe the work-life balance of your profession and your current role?
Okay, so in terms of being a fee pay tribunal member, specialist member, I am normally sort of be booked in certain cases. So because it's fee paid, so when they need somebody, they will book me, book any tribunal members. And sometimes there's lots of them all come together. Well, maybe near Easter time and Christmas time, people won't want to sit or whatever. And I have to be, I can't sort of say no to a lot of them, but I have to say no when it is really clashing all the other things, especially Open University work as well. So that may crash in a sense. And I try to actually accept, well, I accept most of them, but it's only when it is crashed that I have to reject, or not reject, so decline an offer. And in terms of sort of Open universities are also quite heavy as well. I just have to see how I actually fit the things in. Apart from just sitting, there are lots of time that I need to read the bundles, what we call reading the bundles, understanding it, and also to look up the law about this, and also have to establish a decision in my head first. And then when you come to the hearing, you will get all the information that is question mark to the tribunal panel. And we normally establish certain things that we need to clarify. So these are the things that is on top of the work. When I say work, that is also part of work as well. But it is not clear that if you sit for 5 days, you probably need another 5 days to do the work. So that's how it works. So
that sounds very demanding. And do you think it's compatible with other commitments, or it sounds like time management is really crucial as well in
absolutely
managing that? Yeah,
I think people have profession. That's the reason why they are chosen to sit as a tribunal member. So their profession also have to they have to set aside time, and the employer have to give day off for those days that the tribunal members sit in the tribunal. So that's how it. I think
how it's possible.
Yeah. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you. That does sound like hard work, Phoebe.
Interesting, though.
Very interesting.
You feel the
and very
contribution you
rewarding.
have.
Yeah, absolutely. I wonder, the role of mentors and role models has been recognised in the EDI kind of thinking recently as being absolutely crucial to successful progression and entry into career paths. So I wonder whether you could tell us about any specific role models or mentors you've had in your career journey, or indeed what advice you can give to students about where to go to find mentors or role models.
Okay, so interestingly, I mean, my role model is not in the EDI in a sense. He is Sir Vivian Ramsey, a former TCC lead president. He is now in the arbitration side of dispute resolution. So he is also a chartered civil engineer. That's the bits that I actually identify with him. Again, there are all others role model as well, in the sense that I will suggest that mentor and mentees system is one of the good one as well, because there's you don't feel the pressure that when you are at work you can't say certain things, but you can ask certain questions to your mentor. And my mentees, wants to one of my mentees is a surveyor, and he likes to be in the judiciary, to get something in the judiciary, and he asks a lot of different questions, and it's good that he can open up and ask the questions. So if you got the opportunity, try to get a mentor if there are certain schemes. I think maybe Open University also have certain schemes on mentor as well. But you have the network to actually be a mentee, and of course, some point in time you will be mentor as well.
Thank you very much. So, has your mentor been kind of instrumental in decisions you've made around what to apply for and how to find the best role?
Right, that's also an interesting questions. So my mentor have a different route to get into the judiciary, and but the important bit is that is how other things that comes together as in the Ministry of Justice, how they actually recruit. So things like the JAC, what they call the Judicial Commission. Maybe very quickly, I know that to do with time, I can share this one. Okay, so this is a study from a judiciary, and that's my first role. That's JAC have the role to actually recruit and also assess, and also this is the case study on on B, and saying about the background and things concerning about how to get to the post, and how you deal with it, and things that relate to making decisions that I mentioned about. I find the experience really helpful, and sometimes in a tribunal, people do not agree. 3 of us each one have a different decision, but we have to sort of say our opinion, and if you think that that's a correct one, and of course that it comes to the majority to be the decision. I forgot the last bit. The last bit you asked. What's the last
no,
bit?
that's I think just to say though, Phoebe, thank you very much for sharing that, because I think that's really helpful for students to see. So that's the Judicial Appointments Commission website, and I noticed there are lots of case studies there of how people have managed to successfully apply for judicial appointments on lots of different kinds of tribunals, and so you can see there lots of non-legal roles as well as legal roles. So I think that's really helpful for students to know of the existence of that. So Phoebe, thank you very much. I'm just conscious of time, so I just wanted to ask Joanna, do we have any questions in the Q&A, or shall I ask Wynette if she has a question?
Katie, I cannot see any questions in the Q&A box,
fine.
But just to remind everyone that you've got an opportunity to ask questions there. So if you think of any question, please pop them in there.
Thank you. Wynette, welcome. Thank you very much. Would you like to ask Phoebe a question?
I would. Thank you, Katie, and thank you, Phoebe, for sharing your experience. So good morning, everybody. A little bit like Phoebe, I have a number of different roles here at the Open University. So as Katie introduced, I'm a student experience manager. I'm also an associate lecturer like Phoebe, and I'm also the head of equality, diversity, inclusion, and accessibility in the Faculty of Business and Law. And we've been talking a lot about the importance of representation in the legal profession and the skills and competencies that legal professionals need to have. And earlier, Phoebe and I were talking about the importance of the skill of cultural literacy. So Phoebe, I wonder if you wanted to talk a little bit and share some of your experiences on how that skill actually manifests itself in the courtroom, in the legal profession, when us legal professionals are addressing each other.
Okay, so maybe start off in the courtroom. Of course, we got witness, we got both parties, they got their counsel, and also in the tribunal on the bench, we got tribunal members and judge, and that's they all say panel member. We got a judge and two tribunal member, in the sense that we always give opportunity for for both parties to have a say on their case, on their submissions, and they have opportunity sort of in terms of equality, sorry, to sort of cross-examine and examine the witness, and also in the courtroom, if people would like to have an oath on the Bible or on another holy books, they also can do that. And that's if you do not choose any, you can just say that you are going to do it according to the truth. And in terms of working together in the other case concerning about timing as well, like if it's a certain day, a certain religion do not allow to do any work, and then we have to also respect that as well. And maybe I just say like Ramadan and other or days of that's on a Friday, if the Jews will not be coming to court and certain things as well. So also dates on those kind of things as well. And address is sometimes very interesting as well. I always ask, how do I address you? So then so that we won't get it wrong. And sometimes we have to be very careful on that. Yeah. What else? I think that's it for the time being, unless you want other things.
Thank you, Phoebe, for sharing those insights about the skills that we need to, and the awareness that we need when we are working in a public facing role. So you've talked importantly about, being aware of the impact of different cultures on working arrangements and on court dates, and the importance of being aware that in courtroom procedures, people might wish to swear using different means and methods when they are affirming or swearing to tell the truth for their witness statements. And yeah, the importance of taking that step back when you are confronted with a name or a title and you're a little bit unsure, and just opening yourself up to saying, how will I address you for that? Is there anything that you'd like to share within the legal profession itself about the importance of having these skills in cultural literacy and being able to work in a very multicultural, multifaceted environment?
Also, the things that I can actually think of is that sometimes some cultures, they speak a lot, and there are some people who are silent, but they have their opinion as well. So in a sense that the silent person, like silent tribunal member on the panel, they may speak less, but it doesn't mean that they haven't got their opinion. So I suppose we always have to be aware that it's not sort of saying that you have to speak a lot to actually express your opinion, but in the right time, just allowed people to give their opinion so that it will contribute to, say, for example, here is the decision. Of course, if you are barristers, there are other things that you have to weigh as well in actually submit for your submissions, what to give or not. Thank you.
Thank you, Phoebe, for reminding us that our communication styles have a wide range of EDIA inflection points, everything from the importance of being respectful and deferential and only speaking when you're spoken to for some people's cultural backgrounds, right through to wider issues, for instance, the impact of disabilities like anxiety and how that might affect people's ability to communicate in a formal courtroom setting or in the wider legal profession. And that as legal professionals, whether we're working with clients or whether you're working in the courtroom with the wider public, how we need to open ourselves up to that experience. And it's a continuous learning process. Thank you so much, Phoebe, for sharing those insights.
Oh, thank you to both of you. That was really interesting discussion around cultural literacy. And one of the things I just want to suggest to students is that students often have a great level of cultural awareness and understanding. And I think Wynette was talking about the skills and competences we're very keen to support our students to develop. But, you sometimes already have a high level of cultural literacy, and it's so valuable if you can demonstrate that on any application that you're making, because employers will really value that. It's so important in the profession. So just to go back to one of the earlier topics of discussion, if you are making an application for an opportunity you've seen, maybe your interest has been sparked by Phoebe's discussion, do say on your application that you do have cultural literacy, and maybe give a couple of examples. And I think that would be a very appealing attribute for any application. So thank you very much for that. We're pretty much nearly out of time. So just before I say thank you again to Phoebe at the end, I just wanted to share a couple of career slides so you know the information that's available and the support that's available to you as a student at the Open University. So thank you very much, Joanna, for sharing these slides. So if you would like to, this session is being recorded, so you can always pick this up afterwards, but these hyperlinks all work for you. So you've got some law specific resources in terms of your career. So get information and advice directly related to law. Then you've got your careers and employability services. So you've got guides, online resources and tools, further activities to help you plan your career. And then an opportunity hub. Obviously, that's very valuable if you're looking for opportunities to get some legal experience. You've got your CV 360 and interview 360. So both at the application stage and when you do get an interview, you can get some help with that, and you can contact a careers consultant. So some really valuable resources there. So again, you've got further hyperlinks on this slide. So hopefully after the session, you'll be inspired to go and, you know, have a dig around and maybe make some applications after this. And then finally, if you could please give us some feedback on this session, we would be really grateful to that, because we would like to run these sessions regularly for you. So knowing what's useful, what kinds of things you'd like to hear about is very, very helpful for us. So thank you for filling in the form. So thank you, Joanna. Should we stop sharing the slides while I say goodbye to Phoebe?